What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back. Late as hell, honey, but it's better late than never. That's what they say. Shout out to Riley Burris. Y'all know that's Candy Burris's daughter. She did that song. I am here, you guys, to talk about my Basketball Wives series. This will be the last section of the series. Y'all know that was probably about 5 months ago, so homegirl is a bit late. Okay, but I wanted to get this done before the end of the year is out, honey. This has been a crazy year, honey. Miss Robinson been pulled in every direction, honey. But like I always promise, I am here to do what I said I was going to do, which is wrap up this series. Now, in this part of the series, you guys, I want to talk about how both Shaunie and Tami pushed for Jennifer Williams and Evelyn Lozada to be good friends again. Y'all remember they fell out in Miami. What was that? Season 4. Season 5, Jennifer wasn't on season 5 of the Miami franchise, but she did come back to Basketball Wives LA season 6. And that's when Shaunie and Tami both pushed for her and Evelyn to be friends, just for Tami to tear them apart when Tami got jealous that Evelyn and Jen had got back cool, you know. So I like Tami Roman, you guys. Think she's very funny, very beautiful woman. I ain't got really too much of no issues anymore with Tami. Y'all know Tami was a bit violent, honey. Y'all know I don't like all of that. I felt like a lot of that behavior was very negative and destructive, you know, for her to be acting like that, honey, at her age. But that was in the past. But I never liked how she tried to break these two up. If these two are not going to be friends, then let them not be friends on their own accord. You know, like, you don't get in the middle of that because you're bitter that Jennifer is back cool with her bestie. You know, like, how do you push for people to be friends, and then when they become friends with the person again, they get back closer, you know, want to throw them under the bus? Well, you said this about her and you said that. Let's not forget, like, girl, you flip-flopping. So that's some shit that Tami Roman has did on that show, you guys. And that's what started the whole Evelyn and Jen beef up again. Of course, we know Evelyn is stupid as hell. She played into it, and, you know, it was all types of speculation about Jennifer talking about Shaunie's, and, you know, Jennifer is a liar, you know. We ain't gonna act like the girl ain't. Do I feel like Jennifer lies? Yes. But I don't feel like Jennifer Williams is like this horrible, bad person that they all, you know, try to make her out to be. They all play a part, you know, when it comes to the demise of this friendship. So I'm going to play a clip from Jennifer Williams being on The Breakfast Club and her talking about her and Tami got cool, and then we will, you know, come in and out with the clips, and I will be in and out with my commentary. So let's get started.
So Tammy and I ended up like getting cool, just kind of, you know, like talking, catching up. Tammy was revealing to me a lot of things that Evelyn allegedly was doing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, it's like been so long. Like, why is this still happening?
And Tammy and Evelyn still weren't getting along at this point.
Tammy and Evelyn were not getting along.
They never really have since.
It's always kind of been this, I don't know what, this very weird energy between those two where they make up and then they fight again. Mm-hmm. So, I feel like Tammy felt away because I let the whole shit with Evelyn go. And I think she was upset about that because that was not the plan.
Okay. So you think there was a plan in place when you came back to Basketball Wives?
Well, when I first came back, you know, because Tammy was telling me all this shit, she was like, listen, we need to take her down. And at the time, I was
talking about Evelyn.
Yes. At the time, I was down with it because of all the things that I was hearing that she allegedly was doing.
I thought Evelyn was your friend, though.
No, at this time, we weren't speaking.
They hadn't spoken in 5 years, she said.
Right.
So what kind of things was she saying Evelyn was saying about you?
Allegedly, so when I got hit on Basketball Wives, she was saying that, you know, Evelyn has set that up. There was also, which whatever. I was kind of over that. But honestly, the one thing that I was really upset about was a situation where she allegedly was trying to sell a story to the blogs with me and another celebrity. That I don't want to say,
like a dating
but literally only like 4 people knew, so I knew she couldn't have been lying.
Oh, you knew it was her because it was.
The problem is that Tammy had hooked up with Evelyn's old manager and she was getting a lot of information from her.
Okay. So there's a lot of messiness going on behind the scenes.
Yes.
I thought it was something about you talking about Evelyn's daughter or something.
We're going to get to that next.
Yeah,
right?
so it's a progression.
Right. So then even before that happened, I guess you guys all were talking and they were saying that you had said some really negative things about Evelyn. And that got brought up. Now let's discuss that, because you said that you and Evelyn had discussed the fact that you guys both said negative things about each other. So what were some of those things that you can say, yes, I did say that?
Honestly, to be honest, I can't remember everything that was said, because we're talking about something that was like 5 years ago, okay? And when women fall out, yeah, they talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So her and I had a conversation. We agreed, like, listen, I probably said some shit, you probably said some shit, but let's just like move forward.
Okay.
And so that's what we agreed on. One of the things that did come up was there was a rumor going around, and I heard this from years ago, that Evelyn had slept with Shaunie's ex.
Shaq.
With Shaq.
Yes.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm. And so Tammy and I had this conversation.
Oh, well, that's why Shaq would never come up here, by the way. Shaq, that's the reason why Shaq.
It's important to name names in situations like that.
Absolutely.
That could have been Ocho Cinco. That could have been the baseball player. You know what I mean?
It got to be, so we're not confused. Okay, so Shaq.
Yes.
Allegedly.
So Shaunie and I did have this conversation. I'm sorry. Tammy and I did have this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I know it to be true? No. Like, I don't know, but I
think it was a rumor.
Right. But here's the problem. I felt like on the show, they act like I started this rumor. And I'm like, first of all, no, I did not start the rumor. I heard this years ago. Somebody asked me. So when Tammy circled back, was telling me all these things, it was kind of like, oh, did you hear this? Did you hear that? And that's how the whole conversation
Why is
came
y'all talking
up.
about 20-year-old rumors, though?
They're just gossiping.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
People bring up old stuff all the time.
Right. And so basically, we talked about that a whole year ago. So Tammy decided to bring the shit back up during the season. And then, and
that turned into a really big deal, because nobody had, it seemed like Shaunie had never heard this rumor before. It was her first time hearing it. Do you think that was authentic?
What did Evelyn say? How did she respond to the rumor?
I mean, she was like, it's not true.
Okay.
So
this wasn't like Evelyn shared with you, I said.
And so Tammy decided to bring it up. But you know what? I had a scene with Tammy in the beginning of the season, and she made a comment which didn't play. And now that I look back on it, I see where she was going with it, because she was like, oh, I saw you went to Evelyn's birthday. And I was like, yeah, I did, whatever. And she's like, oh, so did you guys talk about everything that you said about one another? And I kind of was like, no, we just decided to let it go. So I felt like she has something brewing now that I think back on it, and she really had an issue with that.
You don't think y'all all too old for this?
Evelyn and I had our little, moments.
So do you think she's changed?
I would say that I think it's a different Evelyn. She has learned how to fine-tune her anger and her pop-off. I don't know if Evelyn has changed. What I do know is that we have decided to move past our differences, and I think she can do the same with Jen.
So she's not going to throw a bottle?
Yeah, she's not going to throw a bottle. I think that girl's gone.
That's interesting.
Evelyn and I have not spoken. It's been 5 years, I think, but we had some amazing times in Miami. Like, are we going out? I'm like, I guess. Yeah. I need to find a man. How's that working out? It's working.
Are you still in love with him?
Don't cry. Do you ever think of online dating?
Let's get online and let's just see, the type of guys that are on there. That is just disgusting. Ew. Imagine what your babies would look like.
I'd rather die alone.
Me and Chad been talking on the phone.
God. But obviously my main concern is you. But then my friendship with Evelyn pretty much crumbled. Evelyn was evil back in the day. But the fact that Evelyn and I don't have a relationship, it actually makes me really sad because her and I had our own separate friendship before we even met any of these ladies. So I feel like we kind of just like grew up together. Her and I have all this history.
I know.
And it goes back for years. You know, like, I just feel like my life is going on, hers is going on, like, I'm in a different space, you know, it's just whatever.
Because you guys have gotten past it, but that doesn't mean that there isn't some hurt or some lingering feeling.
No, definitely. I feel like her ass needs to apologize.
I've known Jen for a very long time, and her and Evelyn have known each other even longer than that. So when you talk about history, these two ladies have it. Now, if it were me and a bitch ran across the table and tried to smack the out of me, no, I would never talk to her again. But for Jen and Evelyn, I think they should. They're like two peas in a pod. Go ahead on and rekindle that.
I guess the conversation needs to be had, but I'm hesitant.
If we can do that, I really feel like you guys should be able to sit down. You know what I mean? Because you have more on the line.
Let me take a sip and think about it.
Okay, so there y'all have it. Y'all hear Tammy trying to get these two to talk, have a conversation, get cool again. They have all this history. To me, she should have stayed out of it. If once they do make up and get cool, then you are telling the one what the other one was saying. And to me, her intentions was to break them up. It was the whole divide and conquer routine because she didn't like that her and Jen wasn't cool as she thought that they should be. She kind of felt abandoned by Jen, and I'm kind of noticing a theme with that. What do you all got? What do you guys think? Like, Tammy kind of felt abandoned when, you know, Shaunie began taking, you know, Evelyn's side with things, and Shaunie did abandon Tammy. I think we collectively can all agree with that. She did abandon Tammy when Evelyn came, and I kind of like Tammy and Shaunie when they were together over Evelyn and Shaunie, because to me it's toxic when those two are. I get that they probably were closer for longer, but I kind of like the dynamic of Tammy and Shaunie, you know, when they were just cool. Y'all get down in the comments and, you know, let me know what you think about that, honey. Okay, also, we're about to check out a scene with Shaunie and Jennifer. They're going to be talking and catching up, and Shaunie is going to try to convince Jennifer, you know, to get back cool with Evelyn. You know, she wanted the two of them to be the best of friends again, try to squash their beef. But she is another one that began to tell Evelyn things that Jennifer said. Remember, they had forgave each other, this, that, and the third. And do you see what I'm saying? To me, all of these people are just like messy. Did you want these two women to be friends or not? Okay, so because my thing is, if you never wanted them to be friends, then why have these type of conversations? And why not say from jump, well, I know y'all, you know, trying to get back cool, but why don't you tell her about what you said about her daughter? Okay, they didn't do all of that then. It was once Evelyn and Jennifer got back cool, you know, all of a sudden they want to start bringing up shit from back in the day about what Jennifer allegedly said. Jennifer has always denied talking about Evelyn's daughter, honey. So I don't know. I just felt like all of these women, you know, had a part in the whole demise of Evelyn and Jennifer's friendship.
Oh my God.
Today I'm having lunch with one of my boos from Miami, Miss Jennifer Williams. How are you? You look so pretty.
Thank you.
We're going to sit down, have a little lunch, and catch up.
Well, cheers, lady.
Cheers to seeing you again. Good
Oh
time.
my gosh.
You're doing clothes and stuff now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I have an online boutique. Lately, Shaunie and I are super cool. We talk on the phone, we text. Thank you. But we haven't really had a chance to like hang out much because she's super mom.
You dating?
I am dating. Oh my God.
Dating like one person?
No, one person.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
His name is Tim.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that a man's supposed to open your door and a man's supposed to close your door. My ex-husband didn't do that, which is sad. Like,
now this, honey, is when Jennifer was dating Mr. Tim Norman, honey, who is currently behind bars, okay? So y'all check out my videos on that if you haven't already.
But anyway, forward is the motion.
You see Tammy. You see Tammy sometimes.
Yeah, I see her from time to time.
Anybody else?
I see Malaysia once in a while.
You know where this is going. Just, my own curiosity. Have you talked to Evelyn?
No, I haven't.
Because she told me she reached out to you when your mom passed.
She did reach out to me, but I don't really remember.
Yeah. No, that's totally understandable.
Yeah, oh my God. I know it's coming. I know the Evelyn moment is coming, but it's like, just ease me into it.
Now I feel like Evelyn is in a space where she's so much more calm. Like, she's able to, talk about things and kind of rationalize. Like, she said to me once that she felt like she was really mean back then with the situation with you. Which is a lot, though. Have you ever heard her say, I was mean?
Never. At some point, you gotta admit when you did something.
She said I was really mean.
Very evil. I mean, it was a...
Hell, she still is. But on this particular video, honey, we talking about how these two people wanted to get these two back together, which is Shaunie and Tami. They wanted to get Jennifer and Evelyn back together, but they also wanted to break them up. So, very weird, but we're here nonetheless.
It's a weird chain of events.
Yeah, and it got so nasty.
And it was
I really tried to stay middle ground, but I think...
That's a damn lie, Shaunie. You was not middle ground. You was on Evelyn's side, okay? Tell the truth, honey, and shame the devil.
What broke my heart was that I knew the history of you guys being such friends for a long time. That part was so disturbing because it was no coming back from that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's
and for me, it was just I don't really know what happened.
Right. I do think ultimately she would like for you guys to be cool. That's what I gather. So I think it would be a great talk. It wouldn't be one of those where I'd even feel like you need somebody else there. I think you guys could knock that out yourselves.
Oh my God, a one-on-one?
I think you could have a one-on-one. I'd be willing to put money on that.
Here's my thing. I'm willing to have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's it's been some years. We all should have grown, matured, and in a different place.
Yeah.
And I'm open to that.
Well, that's good to hear, because I think you should.
Look, I'm open to reaching out to her, but I really do hope that Evelyn has changed and she fixed her life, because I can't do that other girl.
Girl, you ready? Here's to, we don't have a cheers, but here is to you and Evelyn having that talk.
Oh, boy.
And I'm going to say a special prayer that everything goes well, because I think it will. I have a good feeling. Coming up.
All right, you guys, let's check out that conversation between Jennifer and Evelyn when they made up.
I haven't seen Jen in 5 to 6 years, and I honestly don't know what she's thinking, what she's feeling, and how this is gonna go down.
This is such a moment. It's all serene. But is she gonna turn into that girl that's gonna jump on the table? I don't know.
I have no idea where she stands. She's either gonna punch me in the face or call me a bitch.
Girl, you know she ain't gonna punch your ass. Y'all know Jennifer is far from being a fighter, honey. I was excited for this moment because I always like Evelyn and Jennifer as friends. They were just always together. They always looked pretty together. They shopped, talked about men. They had that thing going on. So, we all collectively, I think, like them as friends, but... it didn't end up working out in the end, but we go get off into that and how that got started. But first, let's look at these two reconciling. I thought it was just a beautiful moment in reality TV.
I have no idea. Do you want to sit? Or are you okay sitting? I feel like I need to prove to Jen that I am a new person. The last time she seen me, I was very angry and crazy, and it's just in a different place, and I do want her to know the new me.
I had just been thinking about this entire situation and just hoping that it went well. I I'm in a totally different place. Like,
thank God.
Totally different place. You know, it's, you know, I had texted you when your mom had passed away, and
sorry, this is hard for me. I know, it's hard for me too.
I know what she meant to you. In my mind, I was like, I don't give a what's happened with my relationship with her. Like, this is what life is really about, right? And you had never responded. And it's like, I can only imagine what you were going through. Listen, I know I'm not on the top of the list, but then of course I'm kind of like, well, dang, you know, maybe she's just still like upset, or, you know, I didn't know what to think, Jen. I really didn't know what to think.
You know, when you reached out to me, I was very appreciative to hear from you, and thank you for the flowers that you sent. I apologize for not responding, but it just was crazy.
Yeah, I can't even really imagine.
Yeah, it was bad. We were in the hospice, and before I was leaving, she started like saying something, but she was like mumbling, so I couldn't hear her. I was like, what, Mom? So I went over to her bed, and then she like pulled my face in, and she gave me a kiss, and she was like, I love you.
Oh my God.
That was her way of telling me goodbye, and I didn't realize it, and it just was, it was really hard. I'm gonna borrow your napkin. You know what? I brought us tissues. You won't compare. This conversation with Evelyn, it's not easy because I'm talking about my mother, which is super emotional for me, and then I'm talking to Evelyn, which is emotional for me as well, because we have all this like history and all the that has gone wrong. It's extremely difficult.
There's not one specific thing that I could be like, this is exactly why we don't speak. I just feel like there was so much going on at the time.
That's true, because it's like, I don't think I could pinpoint one particular thing. I think it was like a series of things, and I was going through a divorce. I was in a bad space. You clearly were in a bad space dealing with, you know, what you were dealing with. So somewhere along the way, it just went
it did go to, like,
you were really mean.
And really quickly, the part I felt that Jennifer played in the whole demise of her relationship with Evelyn is whether Jen liked Ocho Cinco or not, she should have kind of kept her opinions to herself. Yes, it turned out he wasn't good for Evelyn, but, you know, that's your friend's choice, and you just shouldn't be like, he ain't no good, and he's this, and he, you know, Jennifer was making those type of comments. She was caught on tape making certain interviews, you know, doing certain interviews on chat, so that, you know, as a friend is not a good look. Of course, Evelyn felt a way about it, and that's kind of what started, you know, the rift between the two. Then we found out Evelyn was being abused at home by Chad, okay? So all of that, you know, put a rift in their friendship and made Evelyn into a very angry and nasty woman, jumping on tables. I see not much has changed, but I digress. Moving along, you guys.
Really mean, really mean, and really just angry person. So I want to just apologize to you just for being like that towards you.
I do accept your apology, and I appreciate you, you know, saying that to my face. You can't harbor that happened in the past. Everybody makes mistakes. In this very moment, Evelyn apologizes. I'm like, you know what? We have so much history. This is stupid. And, you know, see if maybe we could pick up where we left off or just work on our friendship. So I wore this dress today to kind of like break the ice. Do you like it?
I love it. Who makes apologies in cash? Great. Let me get my wallet.
So give me $20, bitch.
Okay, so we see that little fairy tale didn't last long, because here comes Tammy with this rumor. And I always felt it was just unnecessary for Tammy to bring that to the forefront. I was like, why are you doing this? But she got upset. I guess she felt like Jennifer was acting funny. Jennifer was acting funny towards her once she got back cool with Evelyn, she kind of cut Tammy off or whatever. But Tammy, you and Jennifer were never cool like that. Y'all were surface friends. You guys were cordial with each other. You wanted her to get back cool with Evelyn, and then once she did, you throw her under the bus because you're not getting what you want out of the relationship with her, or you felt like Jennifer chose Evelyn over you. Of course she was, because do you guys see where I'm getting this? Like, she was never close to you like that. She was close with Evelyn. Yes, she may have said some stuff about Evelyn to you, but she was in a certain place at that time. So I don't know about you guys. I may be by myself, you guys, with that, but I never thought that was cool on Tammy's behalf. And Tammy has a big fan base that takes up for every little thing that she does, and they try to explain it away, but you can't explain that, honey, to Miss Robinson. Honey, I don't play them reindeer games, okay? If you're wrong, you're wrong. You shouldn't have did that. Okay, now I'm about to play the clip where they call Jennifer out. So she's going to be talking to Malaysia first about this rumor of Evelyn sleeping with Shaunie's ex, who is Shaquille O'Neal. So I'm going to let that play out. And you guys will be in and out with my commentary.
She's talking about the situation where you said that Evelyn slept with Shaunie's ex. Is what she's talking about.
I didn't say that. I was asked that.
Okay. So
there's a difference.
Why don't you just say it so then you just get it out? You think she gonna let it go?
I mean...
And that's a hell to the no.
I feel like the real reason of this retreat is for Tammy to mastermind some bull.
Okay, so what is it?
And if you claim you're so happy and you're so busy and booked, then why are you worried about bull? Okay, so I'm just gonna say this. Tammy and I had a conversation. She told me some information that only a select few of people were privy to.
I know you're trying to save your ass right now.
No, I'm not trying to save my ass.
At this time last year, you were very spiteful. You were very vindictive towards her. So there were things that you were willing to do.
Right. So you and I had something in common. We both were not with her.
Right.
I acknowledge that.
Somebody
tell me what this has to do with me.
Yes.
None of that has anything.
We're circling around to that because I know she felt like she needed to cover her ass with her friend, but she can't.
I'm not covering my ass. So Tammy and I had a conversation about Evelyn sleeping with your ex. That was the conversation.
Sleeping with who?
Why they ain't talk about this in season 6? They was too busy harassing Jackie about her daughter and all of that. So, child, when I tell you this stuff was just all concocted.
Shaunie, I swear on my head. That I told you that?
No, you didn't tell me.
So where's it coming from?
I don't know. Look at me, because I didn't say it. She told me. Tammy, you did not ask me, was that
Shaunie?
You didn't hear that?
Call him right now.
Y'all have always had a vendetta. You try to drag me in.
I'm not trying to drag you in nothing, Jen. You are the person that said it out of your mouth.
That? Nah. Bitch, you're lying. Tammy has always had an issue with Evelyn. You still mad over the Kenny?
You my man when I was married to him. You just say that. I didn't know you was married to him.
Because I thought y'all worked through that a long time ago. Or was it all bull? And you're only bringing it to this group because you're upset because Evelyn and I are friends.
This is call him. I hope you believe me. Shaunie, I've never, ever in a million years, ever put that on my son. I would never do that to you. I've never. That never happened.
Let me be clear.
She was upset. I don't even care about it. Like, I would never do that to her.
So let me be clear.
And for y'all to bring this up in this moment,
it ain't no y'all.
You knew a year ago, right?
I knew a year ago.
So why didn't you tell her then?
Bam. you may not like Evelyn. I know a lot of you guys can't stand her, you know, because of the OG situation. I feel the same way. But in this situation right here, Evelyn has a very big point. Tammy was sitting on this, and this is what a lot of bitches do. They sit on information, they be having it, and then they want to bring it to the forefront, and, you know, because things are not working out in their favor. Okay, we've seen this on other reality shows, but I'm not going to get off into that.
Because I wouldn't say that. As much as you think I have a vendetta against you,
yeah, you do.
And I would
you do,
never
because
say
for anybody to bring this up, something like that, it's up.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up. That's your friend, and that's the reason why I did not say it a year ago.
I feel really bad for Shaunie right now, and I could see the anger building in her. When Shaunie's nose starts flaring like that, you know she's pissed.
Well, this is somebody that's also known me for 2 decades and knows everything that I've done, and we've never had that conversation because that never happened. Never happened. You know what, Evelyn? Listen to me. This is
So, as a result of Tammy bringing all of this to the forefront, this made Evelyn and Tammy, you know, not cool again. They also wasn't really cool on season 6. Like, they were cordial, but Tammy began taking up for Jackie in the situation with her daughter. We know Evelyn, you know, was talking to Jackie's daughter, you know, even though Jackie didn't want her talking to her daughter, Takari, and stuff like that. So they were cordial, but then Tammy pretty much took a side and was on Jackie's team because she liked Jackie and she wanted Evelyn to stay out of, you know, Jackie and Takari's relationship. Rightfully so. I agree with Tammy on that. But yeah, this made, you know, Evelyn and Tammy go at it again.
You had a motive, okay? You had a motive. You wanted this to come out. We're talking about why did she even bring this?
I will
she knew it wasn't
to you
true
why.
and it could have hurt people's lives.
You have a comprehension problem, so I'll say it again.
No, you have a comprehension. Actually, you're a liar.
There was no motive. There was no plan. It really bothers me that certain people diminish the amount of work that I'm trying to do within myself. I'm trying to have a different presentation and a different narrative over my life. You want me to be that same bitch. And unfortunately, sometimes I give you her.
Nobody cares.
Sitting over there saying like that.
Stupid.
No, you sound stupid, honey.
Stupid. Why are you always starting?
I'm not always starting
we
anything.
drove
From my end, I feel like you're always starting with me. I've never had anything with you. And neither are you. But I don't follow your dude. You try to follow mine. I don't be on your daughter's Instagram
I try to follow your dude. I don't care to follow Reggie for what?
In the evolution of Tammy and Evelyn, it wouldn't be in their fashion not to have a showdown.
Make a statement and I'm addressing it.
What is the point of that?
I'm just like sitting here cringing in my seat like, can someone make it stop?
That's what we wanted to know.
Another lie.
You lied on Chad.
Tammy crossed the line again, you know, with that, because I think we all can collectively agree Chad was abusive to Evelyn. Now, was she vile and nasty to the other women on the show? Absolutely. But I don't think you should throw a woman's domestic violence story in her face. You know, to me, that was a low blow.
I lied on Chad.
Because you a fake ass bitch. You know you was fighting that man, having all kind of issues all along. But because the neighbors saw, now you want to be involved. Now you want to be the domestic violence spokesperson.
Tammy makes a comment about Evelyn and Chad's situation. Like, I am not only shocked, but I want to get up and leave.
I know my truth, right? That's why he was saying sorry, got my face tattooed.
They always say sorry, bitch. That ain't nothing new.
After that,
they always say sorry.
He ain't that dumb.
Hey, everybody look at me. I've been abused. She's playing a game and it took a man's career down. And I don't support that. And so, yes, I'm speaking the truth.
Y'all also know that Tammy went on to be really cool with Evelyn's former publicist. I think her name is Danica Berry. I felt like that was a bit shady. Like, damn, you sitting over there with her former publicist, you know, getting all the tea on Evelyn, girl. It just got messy, you guys.
You need to worry about something else like your health. Worry about your health. You're looking like a crackhead these days.
I got my health under
You're looking like a crackhead these days. Focus on doing a squat.
You look like China the wrestler.
Focus on your edges.
Tammy bringing up my incident with Chad is the ultimate low blow, and it's dirty, and it's pathetic. Like, I am actually glad that she said it, because like now everyone in this room can see this is how evil this woman is. This is how vindictive she is. This is how nasty she is to try to once again bring me down. And I'm glad that I don't with her. She's jealous.
Girl, bye.
All right, you guys, that concludes my Basketball Wives series. Y'all get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about all of this. Don't forget, you guys, to like, comment, and subscribe, honey. I am your girl, brand new. And, honey, I will check you guys out in the next video.